YouTube, welcome back to another video. I had the worst possible flu known to mankind for the past week, but we back, bro. Today I'm gonna get into how to make hard beats in 2023. So let's get right into it. Before we get into the video, bro, I just dropped a brand new loop kit, 25 loops. If y'all want to cop it, go get the kit, link in the description. Alright, so like always, I already made the beat. I'm gonna deconstruct the melody first, and then we're gonna get into the drums later. So let's get right into it. Alright, so for the first melody, I start out with Citrus. For the main melody, it's a free VST. It's a stock VST you get with FL, so if you got FL, you got Citrus. Everybody should know about it. So I went to the pad section right here, and I got the distant preset. I was just browsing through the pads till something sounded good. So I started out with the basic triad chord in C sharp minor right here. Then at the end of the chord, I cut it up and I moved it down half a note like that. And like I always tell y'all, that gives a lot of tension, moving it down like half a note in the scale. So I just basically repeated that over like 8 times every single bar. But then on every 2 bars, I cut this in half, the G sharp, and I moved it over to the root note, the C sharp right here. Moved it up a whole octave. And then I just basically copied that over like 4 times. But then I just copied the root notes over every 2 bars. Then on the end of every 2 bars, I made it go down to G sharp right here, and also copied that over one more time just to add some low end to the melody, and I turned those velocities down, and that all together sounds like this. But I had a very long tail to it, as you can hear. So what I did is I rendered it out. So I kind of got rid of the tail right here. Then I sent it to a mixer track and only put 2 effects on it. I used the EQ just to cut some of the harsh frequencies out, the mids right here. And then I also added this reverb right here, which I turned down to 37%. Then what I did is I reversed the whole sample just by clicking the reverse button right here, and I cut it up. So if you reverse the sample, like everything reverses, even the chords reverse. So what I did is I just cut it up in every bar, and then at the end just reversed every single like pattern by itself. To get rid of all the clicking in between the clips, what I did is I went to the declicking mode right here, and I put it to generic bleeding. So that kind of makes it so it crossfades into each other, and that sounds like this. Just to kind of make it unique, just to kind of switch between these two in the beat. Next I went to keyscape right here, and I got the cinematic piano, turned off the reverb because I wanted to add my own. And I basically followed the root notes, but instead of making it go up to G sharp right here, I took that out and just made it come in twice every 4 bars. Tap it over to C sharp, down 1 octave like that, and just turned the velocities down to like more low into it. And with the melody, it sounds like this. For the effects on that piano, it's basically went to an EQ again, cut some of the low, like sub lows out, which you don't really need anyways. Also boosted some of the high mids just to add some more character to the piano, kind of make it stand out more. Then I added the same reverb preset which I added on the pad right there, turned down to like 34%, just to kind of glue those 2 melodies together with the same reverb preset, just to add some space. And this melody only got 5 sounds, bro, so it's nothing crazy going on. Next what I did is I went to Omnisphere right here. I used to Gorilla Moog bass, I believe. Yeah, right there. And I once again messed with the cutoff knob a bit, turned this up a bit, and on this sound also turned it up a bit. Once again followed the root notes, but made it go up to G sharp again right here at the end of every 4 bars, and just repeat that over, which once again just adds some low end to the melody to kind of make it stand out more. So that once again just fills up the frequency spectrum and just makes it sound a lot better compared to no low end in the melody. Lastly, I just wanted to add like one more counter melody. Since the pad sounded full already by itself, I didn't want to do too much, didn't want to go too crazy. I just added one more melody. I went to keyscape again to the same preset I used as the root notes. For the root notes, the cinematic preset, turn off the reverb. And the velocity is up all the way, as you can see, and I just laid down this melody, just played around till something sounded right, following the scale. So I'll lay this down right here. So I started out with this right here, just following the scale, following the half steps right here. D sharp to E, G sharp to A, just following that, like the half steps to add some tension. Just starting at the root note and ending at the root note and just making it go up using the half steps. Then I just copied that over. What I did at the end right here is I cut this note down and I made it go up to the G sharp, as we have right here following the root notes at the end, the G sharp. And lastly, just copied that over one more time. So you basically got the same melody, just repeating over and over again with like little changes in between. And that really complements the pad, goes well together with all the other melodies we had. Just to add some ear candy or just to take it out in the verse later in the beat. Next, I just rendered every single instrument, every single pattern out, and I structured it for a loop. Rendered that out and put some drums under it, so let's get into that. Alright, so as y'all know, bro, every single drum sound I used, all the snares, open hats, hi-hats, 808s, all from my rookie season drum kit. It's out now. I've gotten a lot of positive DMs, positive responses to it. So if you haven't gotten the kit already, bro, make sure to get it. First link in the description. So it started out structuring the loop right here. Got the intro, got the sub bass that comes in after like 4 bars. Next we got like a 16 bar hook, 16 bar verse. And like I told y'all before, I switched these out, like the main melody and the reverse melody. So for the first 8 bars of the hook, you got the main melody going. Then for the next 8 bars, you got the reverse melody going. And I just repeated that over in the verse. First 8 bars is the basic melody, and then the last 8 bars is the reverse melody. Then in the hook, I also added like the piano root notes with the top notes right here coming in at the second part of the hook. Now for the verse, you got no root notes of the piano, but I added the high notes at the end, the last 8 bars of the verse. Yeah, you got a little bridge right here. Then you got the hook, the verse once again, and instead of the bridge coming in again, I just brought the hook back in for like a 16 bar outro. Alright, so for the drums, I start out with the basic crash on every 8 bars. Just to make it stand out a bit more, just kind of accent the drop or like the beginning of every 8 bars. And after the crash, I laid the hi-hat and the clap down. Just a basic clap pattern right here. Copied that over once. But at the end, kind of spiced it up, added 2 more claps, which sound like this with the hi-hat. So what I did is I just duplicated this last clap over and then added 1 more at the end. Just to kind of spice it up because you don't really hear that too often. Next for the hi-hat, just start out with the basic 2-step. As you can see, just left that as is, but added some rolls and some like bottom notes to it. As you can see, every 4 bars, you got the bottom note, the C4, just put that down an octave. Just to kind of spice the hi-hats up, make it stand out a bit more. Next, after the first bar, you got the first roll right here. And that's really nothing crazy. You just got a simple roll right here, and then 1 note to kind of make it go into the roll. Let's say I took that out, it would sound like this. Compared to this. Sounds a lot better in my opinion. Next, I basically just copied that over, as you can see. But I also added a second roll right here, which I made go down in velocity a bit. But I also panned those out, so 1 goes to the left and the other 1 goes to the right, just to add some space in the hi-hats and the drums. And I've been telling y'all this, bro. Start panning out your drums. Makes it sound a lot better. So next, I just copied that over 1 more time. But I took this last roll out right here. I left this little accent note in. But I added this little 3rd step roll right here, which I panned out from left to right too. And it sounds like this. And that kind of makes it sound offbeat a bit. But it adds a lot of bounce, a lot of tension to it. So then what I did is I went and sent it to a mixer track right here. And I added an effectrix on it. Went to this step right here. And I added 2 little reverses. 1 right here and 1 right here. And then I also spiced it up just by adding some reverb at like the last 2 blocks right here. So yeah, with the effectrix, it sounds like this. And I add some sauce to the highs, just spice it up a bit. Next I went into my drum kit, laid this open hat down just to fill up some gaps and add some bounce to the beat. And the way I laid that down is I start out with this right here. And I copied that over. Took this one out and copied it over 1 more time. Then you got that. And that sounds like this. And that also makes the 808 stand out a bit more. So then of course I laid down the 808. Use the spins 808 for my drum kit right here. And I laid down this pattern right here. So start out with like 3 hits at the beginning, then just 1, and then at the end it goes up to the G sharp right here, just following the root note. Then once again you got like the 3 hits right here, then I repeated that over, which I didn't add right here, just to kind of make the second part stand out a bit more. Then lastly I just added like a little accent note right here. Then what I did is I cloned the 808, so it's the same exact spins 808, but I went to a new pattern, and I made this slide right here. And that way it goes from the C sharp to the G sharp, just following the root notes. But instead of just having the note hit like I had before right here, I thought it'd be kind of cool to kind of make it a slide note, if that makes sense. And the reason why I made that in a separate pattern, why I cloned it, is I like to keep my 808s kind of short. So I kind of twist this out and up right here, so it's shorter than like what it's supposed to be. And then for that cloned 808, I didn't touch the out knob. I just left it so it's a long 808. So otherwise the slide would kind of cut out. So if I would have left it like it was before at like 30%, it would sound like this. So it kind of cuts out and then kind of fades out. But if I turn this out knob down all the way, it sounds way better, and you kind of get to like experience the whole slide instead of it like cutting or like fading out at the end. For the rest, it's just the same exact 808. Next, for the first part of the hook, also added this little laser right here, which comes in only once at like the end of the 4th bar. And I kind of use that to just like add some ear candy to the beat. So now for the last 8 bars of the hook, I added this little snare and this perk right here. I'll start out with the snare, just once again, just filling in some gaps, added some bounce to the beat. Lastly, the last perk for the drums, once again, just filling up some gaps, just adding some bounce, and added it at the beginning of like every 4 bars, just copying it over like that. Sounds like this. And yeah, that's pretty much it. But yeah, that's it for me today. Appreciate y'all for watching. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Also, hope y'all learned something from this video. Make sure to let me know what y'all try to see in the future, like on this channel. Also, make sure to subscribe to the channel, follow me on Instagram, stuff like that. Check out my kits. So yeah, that's pretty much it for me today. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next video.